Hey peeps, it's Gizo. Recently I made a rather popular for my channel video, 2v8 in DBD will be terrible, here's why. And 2v8 has now come out, and a lot of people in my comments flew in to say I'm a stupid piece of shit, that was wrong, and I'm incorrect. Well, I wasn't. All I said in that video is that game mode will not be fun for survivors and will be very fun for killers probably because, you know, it will be killer-sided. And you know what? Judging by the fact that killer queues are taking, let me check, 40 minutes, and survivor queues are instant, and we have a 450% modifier incentive for survivors to play this game mode, looks like I was right on the money. And to back this up with some information, all of my killer matches that I've played, I killed everyone. Be that in a duo or as a solo queue killer. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, I will admit, I also escaped from the survivor match I have played, the one survivor match I have played, and by escaped, I mean I died and a few people escaped in the match. Why is that? I think it's rather obvious, but something, for some reason, that didn't click in my brain, is that because so few survivors are playing the game mode and so many killers are, the MMR is just thrown out the window. So, as a decent killer player, you'll run into pretty much anyone, and as a survivor player you'll also run into pretty much anyone because the matchmaking gap is so wide. So for survivor this is a lot worse because as killer you still get the good matchmaking with your killer body because your killer body these are abundant, while survivors are just so few in numbers, whereas you will get potatoes. But the issue is for survivor, however, why you might escape occasionally is because you will still get some of the really bad killer players. And no offense to you if you lose in 2v8 game mode, it's fine, not everybody needs to be god at the game, but I think if you're a rather competent killer and you have a friend that's rather competent killer, you will not lose at this game mode, like pretty much at all. But that is just like how regular DB plays anyway, so I guess that's not that different. But I think just as I said, micro gameplay of Survivor just is not fun. This is like the most boring aspects of DBD put together for Survivor, where you have very little to do in chase, and you just sit on gens, and that is pretty much the extent of your gameplay. Except for some rare moments where you are being chased one-on-one, but then you have really good loops, really strong loops that the killer doesn't have a lot they can do on unless they use their power, or it might be really strong like nurse, or they have their body come in, instantly expose you or something like that. So that's not really fun, and that's why I don't think we will see an improvement in the distribution between roles of this game mode at all. Like, I think it's actually going to be worse because I don't think survivors are gonna play this any more than they are right now. I think actually survivors are gonna play this less. So I really expect the kill queue times, like right now, are like 12 to 20 minutes. And for one singular match, I think we're gonna get a lot worse as time goes on. Like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get like 1 hour territory. But hey, I would be glad to be wrong with that. But I will say, playing in a duo as killer is fun. It is a lot of fun, especially if you're coordinating your power as like Wraith and Hillbilly. It is a lot of fun and brings a really cool and new like version of gameplay to killer. But it's just not fun for survivors, and you know, at that point you're spending 20 minutes in queue getting one fan match for like 5 or 6 minutes, and then you're spending 20 minutes in queue for an hour fan match maybe. And on the next day you'll probably be spending 30 minutes in queue for an hour fan match. Like, you just don't, I don't see how this is sustainable. And I don't think there's any change behavior can do to this game mode to make it fun for survivors. Like, I just don't think so. And yeah, that's literally about it. Unfortunately, 2v8 is just not that fun of a game mode for survivors, and that will lead it to not be that fun of a game mode for killers, in lieu of them just not being able to play it. I know a lot of people are still like, you know, willing to sit through the queues right now of 2v8, but let's just say, like, I don't know, a few days pass. Are you still waiting to boot up DBD, play for 6 hours, and out of those 6 hours you will have like 5 matches? Are you down for that? Because I personally am not. I've closed DBD because I realized, well, I can either go to Survivor and not have fun in 2v8, or I can go on Killer, and I could have fun in 2v8, but I would also need to wait like 20 minutes between matches. And I just don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun. I want to play something else then. And if you're excited and you're having fun, don't let me take that away from you. That's great. I'm super glad you're having fun. But we already can see by the killer and survivor distribution, this isn't going to get better. Survivors are not in a good spot. And you can say, but the average killer might be worse than you, and worse than like odds and Scott and etc. I'm gonna say, okay, but like the required level of competency here isn't that high. Like, yeah, if you're a monster as a killer, you're gonna destroy things super hard in this game. But I'm not good at killer anymore. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I'm very rusty. I don't play this game very often. In the past, like month and a half, I might have played like 30 to 50 hours. And half of that would probably be spent in queue and spending blood points and just leaving the game AFK. I don't play this game that much anymore. I'm very rusty at the game. And yeah, I was able to easily dominate without much effort. And a friend I played with also could dominate without much effort. So, judge as you will, but I think the statistics are kind of open. And if you are a halfway decent killer, you're going to destroy this game after waiting for forever in queue. And as a survivor, you have some options if it is a bad or uncoordinated killer, and you get a really good map, which there is potential so far in this game mode with crazy RNG on maps and edge paths and etc. But overall, it's just I think what this like power imbalance for killers kind of just sits on is the fact that not requiring to hook survivors gives you just so much pressure. That is like one of the main time sinks for kills in regular DBD, and not having to do that means you have basically no downtime at all unless you're just fucking up in chase. And the better you are, the crazier it is of an advantage. Like if you're a bad killer, that's not that crazy of an advantage because you might spend like 60 seconds in chase and then 10 seconds hooking. But if you're a good player and spending way less time in chase, the proportion of your wasted time on hooking is much higher, and so that buff is much more substantial. Another thing about this game mode is just it's so boring as survivor because also of those instant hooks. You don't do pallet saves, you don't do flashlight save. There is nothing cool for you to do or interesting. There's nothing imaginative for you to do. All those little ways you could spice up survival gameplay with deception, with pebbles, also flashlights. None of that is in the game. Like you can't do that. Okay, technically you can run with your flashlight, but then it's going to be like probably a yellow one. And what are you going to do with it? Fuck me if I know. And yeah, I'm very disappointed that this is in fact how I kind of predicted it. But hey, at least all the YouTube commenters who told me I was a stupid piece of shit are now proven wrong, and I'm proven correct. And this has happened so many times, including with Vecna, by the way. If you remember, I said Vecna would be kind of miserable to face a survivor, and he still is, as with Mage Hand, and he is problematic. And that was true. And that still is true. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber with like 100 subs, so bye-bye!